actually really good size. It's not gonna fit cards, maybe some note cards, but it's gonna fit a nice present. And we're gonna create a card. So card is kind of extra, what is left over from designer series paper. So I actually, based on last week comment, I decided to do it in purple. So it seems like purple is a really favorite color of many. Actually, that card I created for a really special friend of mine for birthday. So hope she looked like she didn't get it in time, but this is where purple comes because I know she likes it. So we're gonna use this paper. Again, it's double-sided and it's hard to choose, but I kind of like this, like a fabric look on this particular one. So let's dive into the box. And box is really simple. For those of you who attend my classes, you probably know that I like funky folds, but I also like 3D. I really like gift card holders. I like boxes, something that you could pack and present as a present, but also like when it's, not overly complicated. So this is exactly what we're gonna do. So for this one, we will start with 12 by 12 piece of paper. Kind of suggestion, see, like my paper, it probably doesn't really matter how I turn, so it doesn't have a direction. So I'm not really that worried about the way I'm gonna cut. But if your paper has a direction and maybe, something that is flowing, you really want it to go it this way, right? So first what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and cut our paper in 9.5 by 12. So we're basically cutting 2.5 inches off. So either way, let me do 9.5. And whatever left over, I actually could create 2 cards, or I could decorate a flap of envelope. But for this one, I just gonna cut, as I have a cutter, I'm gonna cut it at 5 inches, and it's gonna be for my cards that we're gonna be creating. So I'm gonna put this one extra for another card, and I'm gonna put my cutter aside. Even so, you could score on this cutter. I love to use my scoring, and this is what I always use. So I decided to use this one today. So for our scoring, we will turn it our 12-inch on top, and we start scoring. So it's pretty simple. You do 1 inch, 3 inch, 6.5, and 8.5. And for this side, you're gonna do 2 inches, and you're gonna do 7.5. So pretty much 2 inches from both sides. So far it's pretty simple. And what is cool with the box, and you'll see, it's just one piece. So you don't have top and bottom, and it's actually really nice and sturdy box, and closes really nicely. So let's just crease those scored lines. And some of the paper, probably if you will use designer paper, you will see that some of patterns, you could really see your score lines really nice. See, it's almost matches my table paper. Had a new table wrapping paper to stamp. So you're gonna score and fold it to kind of establish the line, so it's not that easily pronounced. And this is our top. So whatever was 1 inch, it's become your top flap. I just wanted to make sure I score properly, as I don't see it that much. All right. So now what you're gonna do, you'll turn it toward yourself, and you will have your 12-inch side toward yourself. And you're gonna cut to that 2-inch score line. Like I said, what is cool about this box that this one is just one piece of paper and it's fold and it's really good size. We're gonna cut this piece. Actually, we're gonna cut it off. And we're gonna repeat on both sides. It's crazy, I don't really see the score line on this paper. So just couple snips. And you'll use a little bit of tear tape, and again, it's not even a ton of tear tape, and it's pretty easy to remember. All right, so here we score it. So I always recommend, you know, obviously the big pieces, this is your sides, it need to be straight. But those smaller flaps, I always recommend to actually take triangles out of them, so it's easy for you to fold inside. Just kind of a little bit. And it looks really, I bet it's gonna look really cool with Christmas paper and create those boxes and decorate with poinsettia. I'm just already thinking about some, you know, quick gift ideas for holidays. I did these boxes with one of the papers, I think what last year I did, and I also like essential oils, and I have like those intro packs that fit 3 essential oils from doTERRA. So I actually at some point it was a gift that I was giving to my friends for birthdays, for different occasions. That particular size box fits it perfectly and it looked nice. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna put this one, kind of how it goes. So this is your small flap, and we're gonna work with the tear tape. So with the tear tape, so this is your top flap, right? This is gonna fold in. So we're gonna put it on a second piece, okay? So let me think for a second to make sure, yes. So we're gonna put just on a second piece. And I like to put 2 strips, so none of the corners are kind of wobbly. And so you have this. And for the small piece, you basically wanted to have it in place. So those 2, and for the small piece, you just add just a little bit. We're gonna secure it in place to make box sturdier. So here you have it. So not overly complicated, right? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna first, I wanted to try a trick. I saw a video and somebody was just using this thing and then taking it so quickly. See if I could do it. I normally do it with my nails, but I cut them too short. Let's see, some people just do it like a pro, need to practice. So you're gonna glue it to that one that has a tape, so hopefully, I'm trying not to get my head stuck in a camera. So you're gonna glue it like so. Again, as you could see, it's pretty simple box to assemble. And then you're gonna remove your longer strips and glue it. So my thought was, actually, let's say if you need to transport it somewhere, you could pretty much kind of almost prep it, put a tear tape, but maybe not quite assemble yet. And then say if you're traveling for holidays, I don't know, I'm not sure what's gonna happen actually with a holiday travel plan, but you know, sometimes you don't want it to have a box and transport a box. So you could kind of prep, and then its assembling is pretty quick. And like I always say, you could probably use a wet glue, but it's gonna take a little bit longer to dry. So here's your box, and how it's gonna do, it's gonna be, those flaps you could actually take it off. I like to leave them because it's shut box nicely. See? It's a really nice size box. If you want a like more finished look, you could probably cut, maybe I didn't cut it exactly right. All right, so pretty simple, right? Less than half sheet of paper. So then I decided I wanted to decorate, and like I did on this box, because the paper is actually super neutral, so you almost wanted to have a splash of color. So on this one I did just 1/4 inch die cut with some borders, and there is a few of elements, and this is what we're gonna use as well. So let me pull my box of tricks. So I decided to use actually purple this time, or I need to say gorgeous gray, and flowers are from peony, but it's, and also I did many of those flowers. I didn't want to use blends, kind of wanted something quick. I don't want it to color, so I use purple posies, I think, Stampin' Gorgeous Grape. I did many of those flowers, and they come out the best if you use lighter paper and Stampin' Dark ink. Like this one is a petal pink and a Night of Navy. Probably you could do like lighter blues, lighter yellows. Dark one, it doesn't look that effective. So I did Magenta Madness. It's pretty, but I think it just, you know, those details are not that pronounced. And I did in another color, Rococo Rose, I guess. I'm not sure I love any of them. I think it's a little bit too dark, so I went to the light versions. And also now we're gonna decide. So let's adhere our border. Border is, you know, completely, you know, it's up to you if you want to do it. I thought it's really nice touch when you're adding little something kind of peeking, nice finished look. And remember, I was saying before, take those strips you have left over, any die you have. This is peony die. I like it because it has such an intricate design, but doesn't have a small pieces, so you don't kind of, not taking you too long, let's say, to do. So here you have it. And then choices, I need to decide which ribbon I wanted to use. Either I could use the same ribbon, maybe you'll decide which one looks better. I'll ask you either this ribbon, or I decided to use green because I will add a little bit of greenery, so I don't know what you think. What will be good? So yeah, good morning everybody. I'm just so concentrating on my box. Let me do this, I think. So you wanted to basically first get your box shut to have like little finished look. So this is in color ribbon and this purple posy. It has also this natural look I love. Let's see how my bow will turn out on a video. It's always a challenge. Could always readjust. All right. And now we'll just wanted to see the size. So now for our kind of focal point, and I normally put my focal point with dimensionals, so ribbon could kind of easily slide. So let me kind of show you my box of tricks that I pre-cut with that particular die. Like I was saying, this die is amazing. So this is a stitched look, and I cut it in different colors. This one is a bigger one, and there is some small one. So let's kind of go for similar look like I did on another box. And I will be stamping in Old Olive, and I will use one of those stamps called saying "You Are So Special." I think it's a really cool saying, and you could use it for many occasions, or just to brighten somebody's day. Probably too big block. All right, so let's do that. And I will post scoring and measurements later after I finish this video, and also going to be on my blog. with detailed picture. So I'll just stamp "You're So Special." I decided to do it in green. And we're gonna do quick layering. So I want to kind of this one towards the side. Probably could do two. And we will add this greeting with dimensionals. Yeah, I wonder which other colors this flower and this kind of box will look pretty. It's natural colors, so it also has a stamp set has like little feathers. So I think if you add like darker color, so it could be more like a masculine. And if you notice, I'm adding just dimensionals on both sides, but leave kind of gap in between. So what I wanted to do, I want to put it here around the ribbon, so I could still slide the ribbon and position my bow. And it always needs something, some little green. This is a punch that I have, probably could add two of those. So just add a little bit of green and you have the box done. And then we could move to the card. Again, card is super simple, but it's also one of my probably favorite layouts that I like to do. Just kind of strip of designer paper towards the side. And so yeah, let's do that. I think that natural paper looks really, really pretty. So here you have it, and the bow, again, we will adjust the bow to make it pretty. So for the card, I will go with that light posy designer paper. You always need to have 4x5 1/4 whisper white. And here is our paper that we did. And just couple labels, and we're gonna have it. So I'm kind of going for the look like this. That stamp set, as I was showing you, it also has some green leaves. So what we can do, let's just stamp it and add a little bit of green, because otherwise it's just kind of super neutral right now. It doesn't have a much bolder colors. So I'm just stamping it on its side on 4 5/4 piece. This size, I use it a lot for cards, for card inserts. So I actually, what I started to do, and I encourage you to do as well, go ahead and take your whisper white and cut to that size and have it ready. And then you could just quickly layering. So the same with card bases. Have couple cardstocks, cut them in half and score them and have them. So this way you could assemble card much faster. So you don't need to kind of go and look for the cardstock, especially whisper white. So I started to do with whisper white a lot. I'm gonna add a little bit of green as well. Just here, again, it's some pieces, but this layout you could do with different labels and with different colors. It's a pretty quick card, and it's look complicated. So we're gonna do that. So let's go ahead and stamp. I'm gonna use just saying hello. Nice card to just send somebody and checking how they're doing. And the same, I'm gonna do an old olive, so kind of keeping like three color combination. And on this label, here you go. Yes, that Purple Posy, I didn't use it for some time, and I was thinking yesterday, because I really definitely wanted to use different colors in Petal Pink. It's something that again we're gonna use for class, and I created a sample, and I always like to use the same kind of concept, the same stamp set, the same layout, maybe different designer paper and different colors. So I was thinking, okay, which light one? Because I did Magenta Madness. I was not really thrilled. It was a little bit too dark and almost like I will need to color with it. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, purple, yes, Purple Posies. This is nice light one, and it's gonna go great with this particular one. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna take the flower, we're gonna add it with dimensionals. And again, remember this piece that left over from box, you could create 2 cards and you'll have a little square left over. So I'm gonna do dimensionals like so. And let's just add a couple. I have stuff laying around from my other class. Or cuts. I really like to have some, cuts of those, especially like a sprig and stuff like that. So you could like add extra. Probably should have glued it first. And we will add a couple wooden elements or some bling, and you'll have it. Maybe I'll need to cut it. Sometimes I don't like to put my green before I put a flower because I don't necessarily know where to put it. But then after flower is put with dimensionals, you can just stick those one. And you could use, I use this one from Celebrate Sunflowers, but you could use probably the one that I just used on another card from a punch. So any little bit of green. And what we're gonna do here, let's see if I have it. So other interesting things that coming in that suite, and we're gonna use it for class, it's those wooden elements. So they're just so cool. So let's just take one of those. And if you take in the class, and you'll have an entire sheet. So I think it's, let's just glue it here. I think it's gonna look really pretty. So we're using one of each for the class, like all the different leaves and things like that. So I really like it's adding that kind of earthy feeling. And what I like here as well, they have those little dots, like with different colors. So it's the same, you could just glue them as well. And they actually, you could glue it with wet glue, probably with a glue dot. I like to do a lot of things with my wet glue. Let's see. Yeah, so let me know what do you think about this card in this particular color. So here is the box, and I'll add a few of those dots as well, and we will have it. So quick and easy box and quick and easy card. So if you have a designer paper laying around, especially those neutral ones that you may not necessarily know what to do, just go ahead and cut it and use it and have a pretty box. So if you like what you see, please share, please leave me a comment. So remember, for each comment, you will have a chance to win this particular project. Box, probably I will put everything. You will need to do minor assembly, but this is one in a Purple Posy, and here is the one. What did I do with the card here? And Old Navy and Petal Pink. So let me know what you think. Let me know which one is your favorite. I don't know. I really like it. Gives me like really soft look, but this one kind of bold and bright. And this is, I'm not sure if I told you, it reminds me about a wall that I have in my room. It's super realistic. It's always, I don't know, I like it. So hopefully you enjoy what you see. If you didn't register for the class and would like to see what they're all about, please let me know if you have any questions. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I hope you will have time to craft with your friends or just by yourself. Stay really, really positive. Thank you so much for joining, and until next time, bye.